Hey everybody, welcome back. A few minutes ago I showed you my Poolish that we had created and you saw how nice it was, and now we're going to take that Poolish and we're going to turn it into pizza dough. So I have 250 grams of pizza/bread flour. You can also use all-purpose flour if you wish. 80 grams of hot water, 14 grams of salt. My first step, I'm going to take all of my salt and I just want to get that right into my hot water. So I am back. I just want to go over what happened. I had the hydro go out on me, and now I'm actually running on generator, and I'm only getting my power back in about an hour and a half, but I've got everything running on a generator now. But unfortunately my camera stopped recording and it didn't save the file. So what I want to tell you, what I did was, so we had, in the last section I had all of the ingredients. So all I did was I put in the flour and then the water, that hot water with the salt, I poured it in, and then I turned on my mixer just like this, and I was just working the dough. I was just working the dough for about 10 minutes, and I just want to show you what it looks like. So the dough at this point should look like this. It should look shaggy. You can pull it apart a little bit. It looks kind of like curd cheese, but this is what you want. So that water has slightly hydrated the flour. So you can see it here. And at this point, then, so if your electricity didn't go off, you would do this. So you would add your flour, the water, and the salt, and you want to mix this for maybe about 10 to 15 minutes, just so that it turns into something like this. If you see that it's changing into something like this already in 10 minutes, you can stop your mixer, and then what you want to do is just let this sit here for about a half an hour, which will let all of that water and salt get into the flour, just like this, so you can see what it looks like. So it's not super dry, but it's moist, but you can pick it apart, and that is exactly what I want. And now at this point, we are going to take the Poolish that we made in the video before this one, and we're going to take it and we're going to start adding it to this mixture. And I'm pretty amazed because I have no flickering on my lights. I have quite a bit of equipment running right now, and I have no problems. So there's the Poolish. You want to see the video for this, you have to check out the video before this one, and I'll put a link to it at the end of this video and also underneath the video in the description box. So I'll just pull it apart like I did in the Poolish video, and you can see the nice strands of the structure in here. It looks amazing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to break this down. Now if you want to see this done in another video, I'm going to have that up on my main baking channel, which is Bake Like a Pro. You'll see this same technique, but I'm going to be using a KitchenAid mixer. So now I'm just going to get this in here just a little bit. You can do a third or a half. I'm just going to get that in. Then I'll turn it on. Not many people have this mixer, but I do like to use it from time to time just to have a little bit of fun. I can increase the speed here a little bit. So that looks good. And you can do this in thirds, or I'm just going to dump the whole thing in just to make this a little quicker. And once you can see that this starts coming together, you can leave your mixer going for about 15 to 20 minutes to really get this all mixed in. And if you ever see any little bits that they look like they're little clumps, you can just get in there with your fingers and just break them apart. Just getting all of this out. This smells amazing. See, in doing your pizza dough like this, it's because the hydration is so much higher than a regular dough. You get a lot more airiness in the crust. Put that to the side. I'm going to turn this on. So you can see everything's coming together nicely. So I'm going to let this go now for about 15 minutes, and then I will come back. All right, that was 20 minutes. That's magical watching that happen. And you can see how this dough has changed. It looks amazing now. So let me just reposition my camera and I'll be back in a second. This dough smells amazing. We get it out of here. Move our machine out of the way. And there's our dough right in there. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to get a little bit of oil, olive oil down. There. Got 99% of it out. That looks good. All right, I've got to move this a little bit. Do use oil. You can use water as well. I find the oil works better. And you really need this with a dough like this. Otherwise, it will stick to your hands super easily. I'm just going to get it up here. A little bit more down here. And then we're going to do some stretch and folds. So I just want to lift it. I'm going to over itself like this. Just turn it and flip it over itself. So basically get it, pull it, and flip it over. And this is just helping build a little bit of structure in the dough and also give it some air in the layers here. You can see by folding it over, you know, it's almost like making croissant dough, what I used to make way back in time in the bakery. So then we just push it down, pull over itself. And you can do this as many times as you want. And you can see how that oil is really helping out with not sticking to my fingers. It's impossible to do this without water or oil. You see, I didn't really use a lot of oil. Flip it over. That is looking amazing. So it's a little bit more work than a traditional dough, but in the end it's worth it. I'll do it one more time. It's kind of very, very relaxing. And then just fold it over on itself. You can see how that's become. I'm just going to get it like that. Now, to save on bowls, I am just going to use the same bowl. I'm just going to add some olive oil to this. And at this point, we are done. So this is going to go now into the fridge. I'll let it sit here, I don't know, 20 minutes just to rest up a little bit, just to let that yeast, you know, get a little bit activated, and then into the fridge. And that's going to stay there until overnight, until, you know, until tomorrow. Little oil on the top. And I will cover this with plastic wrap. So that looks good. And you can see how nice that dough is. I mean, it's really changed. It's so nice now. You can tell there's a lot of air in there, and it's, you know, that structure is holding it up. It's really nice. I'm just wiping off my fingers here. So at this point, I'm going to let it sit for about a half an hour, and then I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap. It's going to go into the fridge, and then tomorrow we're going to bring it out. We're gonna do a little, little couple of stretches with it when we turn it into the dough balls. So we'll bring it out, divide it up. We're gonna do a few of those, what I just did with the little folds, and that's it. And then you are ready to make pizza, and really amazing pizza crust you'll have with this recipe and this technique. So that's it for now. I will see you again tomorrow for the last little bit of our video. Thanks very much for watching. And remember, if you want to see the beginning of this where I actually made the Poolish, you can check it out. I'll put a link right at the end of this video and also in the description box. So that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey everybody, welcome back. We are the next day. So our pizza dough has been sitting in the fridge all night. And I'm gonna open this up. So it's almost 24 hours later once again. I'm gonna remove that, and you can see already how nice this dough is. It is amazing. Check that out, look at that. Wow. So what I'm gonna do now, got my handy dandy bench scraper. I'm gonna get a little bit of olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can use canola oil, vegetable oil. You can even use oil in a spray can. Anything like this, or if you don't have oil, you can use water. So just get that down, and then I'm just going to scoop all of this out. Oh, this, look at this. Where's the camera? There it is. Look at that. Oh, that is so nice. So I just want to gently get this out and get that right on. Look at that. Oh, this is so nice. And look at our bowl. Nice and clean. See that? There we go. Look at the air bubbles in here. Nice. Okay, we're gonna get it like that again. Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit of oil on the top. And like I said, if you don't want to do pizza doughs like this, I have so many on my Bake Like a Pro YouTube channel, which is my main channel. I must have about 20 recipes of me making pizza dough. Much more simple, in a much more simple process than this. So now what I'm going to do, I just want to get this like this, and then I'm going to, yeah, that looks good. So I'm just going to flip it over and pull. So pull and flip, just like that, just a couple of times. And then what we're going to do is we're going to split these into balls, this whole thing into big, nice pizza balls. I'm going to set this up. I want to get a total weight of my dough here. We on camera? We're on camera. I'll move us over here a little bit. Oh, this dough is amazing. We'll get that on there. A total of 1189. Alexa, 1189 divided by 4.
1189 divided by 4 is 297.25.
Okay, so I'm going to make 4 dough balls. So the dough balls are going to be almost 300 each. So I'm just going to remove that. I want to keep them around 300. So it makes it easy. We know we need to split this into 4. $298, $299, $291, $295. So we're going to add that little bit there. $296. So we're, pretty much equal on all the balls. So now it's just simply the same technique. You just want to get everything together, and then I'm going to fold it over on itself. And you can see how having the oily hands and oil on your dough makes this easy, because this is a very high hydration dough, and without having anything on your hands, it's going to get very, very sticky. You can see already that I need a little bit more, a little oil, a little bit here. Just helps out. I'm just going to shape it just like that. And then we'll do the next one. Push down, fold, stretch, fold, and that's good enough. You can see the nice little air bubbles in the dough. Really nice. Let me get my scraper here, just makes things a little easier. Take it, push it down, flip. You can flip it again, flip and fold. And then just give it a little bit of a turn. So you can see as I'm going in, I'm pushing against the bottom of the dough ball as I'm going this way. Do it one last time here. Fold, fold. I'm going to put a little bit of oil here. And then the same thing, just get it right around. Look at that, you can see little air pockets already popping up there. That's a good sign. So that's good. I'm just going to go over here. I just want to get some oil on this tray. So I have a little restaurant tray here. I don't want to get the bottom full of olive oil, but I'm just going to scoop that up. I've put olive oil on the tray so that it won't stick. I'm going to get that on there just like that. And our last one. There we go. So I'll just bring that over here so you can see it. Look at that. That looks amazing. I can place it right about there. And that's perfect. So at this point, we are ready to make pizza. What you can do, you want to let these sit, a good hour or so, just let them rest. The more they are rested, the easier the dough will be to work with. You're going to let them sit there. You can let them sit there an hour, 2 hours, and then you can put them in the fridge even if you want. So if you had done this early in the day, let them sit here for about an hour and then place them in the fridge just to let them relax. That will slow down the process of any yeast that's in these dough balls, because you don't want it completely expiring before you actually put the pizza into the oven. And then what you'll do is you'll just flour your surface. You want to bring your dough ball out, and at that point then you're just going to gently open up the dough ball, make a nice circle with it, and you are ready to go. So to finish off the video, what I'm going to do is I will take some photos of the final product on some of these dough balls just to show you what it looks like. Hopefully I'll get a really good rise. I'll cut into some of them and I'll show you what the crust looks like. We should get a really nice airy crust. So that's it for this portion. So I'll see you at the end of the video with the photos.
And as promised, here are some of the photos from that pizza dough. So I baked the pizzas at 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which is equal to 260 degrees Celsius. So overall, I am super impressed. You can see a lot of airiness in that crust. The bottom is baked perfectly as well. And just overall, amazing results. And I have to mention again, this is really an advanced technique and pizza recipe. I have many super simple recipes here on my Frosty's Kitchen channel and also over on my Bake Like a Pro channel. And those recipes are super fast to make, and also you'll be eating pizza the same day. So if you stuck around to the end, congratulations. I know it was a really long tutorial. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.